Hey everybody, welcome back to Tales from the Long Box. We're here to talk about the next two color books, just one of them right now, but another one in the next episode. The first one we're going to talk about is Hulk Gray.
See your best Hulk impression? Pop up.
He kind of pulls an absolute Batman in this one.
Or he does the pose.
There's one panel where he's doing the absolute Batman thing of like
the elbows are real in close to the ribs. Yep. I don't know why he does that.
And this came long before Absolute Batman.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny. I noticed that one panel where there's kind of some smoke in front of him, and I was like, he's pulling an absolute pose right there. He's busting the absolute out.
He is busting his absolute.
The Hulk is busting his absolute right out for everybody to see.
You guys heard about that? This is a book by Jeph Loeb and Tim Sale, our boys.
Watch out, it's Jeph Loeb and Tim Sale.
They almost caught me.
They're back again. They're back again with another video, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
They're studs. If you haven't listened to our not last week's episode, but the previous week and the previous week.
Oh.
Those are the two prior color books that we've covered from Jeph Loeb and Tim Sale.
What are those?
Those are Daredevil Yellow first, and then Spider-Man Blue second.
Oh.
And
that's the previous episode?
No, that's not the previous episode.
It's the previous episode.
It's not that's the previous one.
Oh.
And the previous one.
Oh.
From 2 weeks ago and 3 weeks ago.
Oh.
Listen to those. Go listen to them. You'll love them.
Or watch it.
You'll love this one too. Yeah. Or watch it. I guess you can use multiple senses to consume these.
What you should do is you should put it on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts and also put it up on YouTube and do all of it at the same time.
Helps us.
Or
that's how we say like and subscribe. But that's what we're talking about. And hit that bell. Ding, ding.
It's gross. Everybody, Hulk Gray is a pretty cool book. Like Michael said, it was written by Jeph Loeb, penciled by Tim Sale, inked by Tim Sale, lettered by Richard Starkings, and Matt Hollingsworth is back on colors from Daredevil Yellow. He took a little break on Spider-Man Blue, but he's back again. This one came out from 2003 to 2004, and it's again a direct sequel. I mean, not a direct sequel in like story-wise, but it's the continuation of these color books, which is a series of these kind of nostalgic looking back at these original kind of early days of some of these characters from the perspective of the modern time in kind of a tragic lens. So Daredevil Yellow is about Matt and Karen. Spider-Man Blue is about Peter and Gwen and MJ as well, ultimately. And then this one is Betty and Bruce. Yes. Captain America takes a turn. It's not a romantic one. It's the relationship between Bucky and Cap. Mm-hmm. But for now, we'll round out the romantics of these with Hulk Gray.
Yeah.
Do you have a little summary you want to read us?
Oh, boy, do I, baby.
Right.
Hulk Gray by Jeph Loeb and Tim Sale revisits the earliest days of the Hulk through a lens of memory, regret, and emotional isolation.
Ooh.
Framed as Bruce Banner speaking to Betty Ross, the story retells his origin and first encounters with the military, particularly General Thunderbolt Ross.
Whoa.
The comic emphasizes the Hulk's role as a misunderstood monster rather than a hero. Mm. Banner's transformation is depicted as both a physical curse and a psychological prison defined by fear, anger, and loneliness. Like Loeb and Sale's other color books, Hulk Gray uses its limited palette and reflective narration to explore the emotional core of a legendary character, portraying the Hulk not as a force of destruction, but as a tragic figure born from trauma and rejection.
This is the first one where it's not X character writing some kind of letter to Y deceased character.
Or not even entirely about them.
This one is more about Bruce than it is about Betty.
Yeah, in large part, it's the relationship between the two, but it is Bruce coming to terms with himself, which makes it kind of fun and unique for the Hulk too, because it's like famously Bruce Banner and the Hulk are portrayed as separate like entities.
Yeah, so
there's even some element of relationship between the two of them.
Yeah, which is really always that's the stuff I really love.
Yes, that's what makes these stories so compelling. Yeah. So relationship is felt all throughout, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
So in this one, the framing device is it opens up in these intense black and white panels, which I'm sure is intentional and interesting because this is Hulk Gray and there's a lot of like what is the moral ambiguity and the confusion of this character and everything like that. But you're starting out in this modern day stuff where Bruce is talking to his psychiatrist, Dr. Leonard Sampson, who eventually, I don't think it seems that at this point in whatever continuity this is, he has not become Doc Sampson yet, the gamma-powered superhero. Mm-hmm. But he's talking to him he called him up and said he needed to talk, basically. And that's the framing device for this one, is kind of Bruce talking about this story and then Leonard being the kind of poking and prodding psychiatrist being like, oh, you said you brought this thing up. What do you think? Why do you think you did that? And Bruce is like, shut up.
Yeah.
Let me say what I want to say.
There's really a lot of that in the narration of this. I thought it kind of wears thin after a little while.
A little bit.
Just like, I don't need the bickering in the background. Just tell the story.
I think the problem, a little bit of the issue that I had with this one is that it doesn't flow like a single continuous story the way that the other one does. And well, here's the thing. I think that the first two of these books, Yellow and Blue, they are anthologies a little bit where each issue is a different story.
Yep.
And there's an overarching story that's happening here, but every issue has an open and closed something happening. This one is telling an ongoing continuous story. So you get this thing that you sometimes have to do in comic books where you have to do a little bit of re-explaining what has just been happening.
Yes.
And that, I think, is where that starts to wear thin for me. That's what I was feeling.
Totally.
Is like we've just come back from commercial and we have last time on Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
And that is where it starts to be a little bit weird compared to, I mean, all three of these other books. Even Captain America White doesn't have that problem either because it is also that kind of like anthology thing a bit more.
A little bit, yeah.
It leans a little bit closer to this continuous ongoing single story thing, but it still has like open and close points.
Yes,
and doesn't
definitely.
feel the need to re-explain like where we were just at and how we got to here.
Yeah, and I am thankful for that, for sure. Yeah.
But it's cool.
Yeah. Yes.
Like we start out again in that black and white. And I think you said something about like not Hulk, but Bruce coming to terms with the Hulk and stuff like that. And I think what's interesting is that I don't think he does in this. I think this book finishes and he's still just really angry.
Yes.
And confused and frustrated. And like, there's not really resolution to this one.
Especially because at the end, the whole
Not to
thing.
skip ahead, but
No, for sure. But I mean, it's worth pointing out. Like,
Point it out.
It's the very beginning, the first couple pages, and the last couple pages are they show the frame narrative in that black and white and everything.
Yeah.
And at the end, Bruce gets mad at the conversation that's being had, and turns into the Hulk and
Hulk's
jumps out the
bright
wall.
green.
Yeah. Bright green. It is really like,
It's kind of cool.
shockingly green. Yeah. It's a cool, they use a good shade for it, I think.
They do.
But yeah, you're right about that. I don't think he does really. I think there's some level of acceptance. I mean, Leonard even talks him through the 5 stages of grief and everything like that, and talks about how Betty was feeling that and how Bruce might be feeling some of it too.
Right.
That's a cool element of it. And so, yeah, I think it's a lot of the themes do stand out really sharply as like these are good lessons to learn about person to person relationships and how they affect each one of us, like inwardly, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And so they tell that really well through the story of Bruce Banner.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of like, there's very different characters that have very different perspectives on what the world should be and how the world works and everything like that.
Yeah.
So like to a little bit of context, this story, I don't think it's said I don't think you said in your summary there, but this follows the immediate aftermath of Banner being blasted by the gamma bomb, by the G bomb, and finding out that he becomes this creature initially at night, which they follow with in this as well, that at night he turns into the Hulk and in the daytime he's Bruce Banner again. Yeah. And he's gray initially, which little comic book lore. Initially they just made him gray because they thought that would be a good color. And then they get to the point where they realize that they can't consistently print the same color gray across the book. Yeah. So they had to basically, out of necessity, change him to green.
Yeah, because they were still on pulp at this time, and the way the ink sat in there, like from printer to printer, was weird. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
I found original issues because I was trying to find. I in our Daredevil episode, I didn't realize that it was that book, Daredevil Yellow, was very specifically retelling the actual first like 6 or so issues of Daredevil. Yeah. So I was curious going back to this one because this takes place at the time it does, like immediately at the beginning of Hulk's story. So I was like, I should read those. I should check that out. So I went back and I found the Epic collection, which was the remastered version and everything. And then I found the actual original like scans of original versions of the book, original issues.
Yeah.
And I found it, first of all, really interesting that they were recolored, seemingly just arbitrarily for no reason.
Yeah.
Like there was no real reason to change the creative color choices that were happening here. And I honestly like the color choices in the original book better. I'll put a few of those on screen as I'm talking about this. It seems like the Marvel Epic Collection version has changed it to be much more realistic, maybe. And in the original, there's a lot more interesting creative choices being made. Again, probably because of those literal physical limitations of like, we weren't able to do it the way that you're seeing in the Epic Collection here, where it is got a little bit of airbrush. It's got more realistic colors. It's got tones that they probably wouldn't have been able to make in that original version.
Yeah.
So they have to do it this way. But I honestly prefer the original.
Yeah.
It's much more interesting to me. It's interesting they've recolored it, but if you look at those original issues, it really doesn't follow it at all.
Yeah.
Like this book basically opens on the explosion has happened. Bruce has just saved Rick Jones from the explosion and taken on all of the Gamma himself. Yeah. And then you get the immediate aftermath of that, and that's kind of where the book comes from. In the original book, there is another scientist who Bruce is refusing to share the secret of the gamma ray with him. Yeah. He won't share his notes. So when Rick Jones is out there hanging out playing the harmonica in his Studebaker or whatever the car is, Bruce runs out to get him out of there, and this other scientist detonates it. And then later they encounter him, and he has to fight him off and whatever stuff like that. Arbitrary stuff that doesn't matter. Bears no importance on this. Hulk also completely verbose in the original. Yeah. Really interesting. Yeah. Where in this, they take on the version of the character that we most generally recognize as the child Hulk, probably, not the Savage Hulk.
Yeah. Which I prefer. I like when he could say a little bit.
Yeah, not too little bit. Well, there's all different alters, like the Devil Hulk is a lot more verbose. Joe Fixit can talk fully as well. Yeah. The Child Hulk, again, is very childlike. Savage Hulk, very basic language skills, stuff like that. The Maestro, obviously, deep in the future, can talk and everything like that. Yeah. But there's got to be a good in-between somewhere, because I don't really like it when he is regular Bruce, basically, as the Hulk, because the dichotomy between these two things is the interesting thing to me, but that didn't really get the idea of Bruce actually having DID, dissociative identity disorder, for anybody who doesn't know. They don't call it split personality anymore. The idea of him actually having that completely unrelated to the Hulk hadn't come around until much more, probably in the last like 7 or 8 years. I don't know. And that is a much more interesting thing for this character than that he has that thing, and then the Hulk creates this like physical manifestation of that, basically. Yeah. And you kind of get that in this but not really. This book feels more to me like the Hulk is another part of Bruce. It's a compartmentalized part of Bruce in a different kind of way than you would see in something like Immortal Hulk, where this is a part of him that is scared and innocent and unsure and not sure what's going on. Yeah. That's the same thing. Those mean the same thing. Yes. But unsure and not sure what's going on. Yeah. That's the same thing.
Yeah. And he says as much to Leonard at one point, like, oh, this is when I realized that, the Hulk, what does he say? The Hulk is a part of me. He's not
it's
a separate
not necessarily
being.
A whole separate entity.
Yeah. Which I'll be honest, I read that and I didn't like it. I like it when they are distinct, they're two people sharing a body, and one can, there can only be one in control at a time and stuff like that. That's the story that I do prefer.
I mean, but it is. Yeah. It is. So I think that is the case here. But it's more that the Hulk is a literal physical manifestation of aspects of Bruce, of parts of him that he would otherwise not be able to get out. Like there is a version of him like the Devil Hulk that just wants to go scorched earth. Scorched earth. And like wipe everything out because he's mad at the world and everything like that. There's also the child Hulk who just wants his dad to love him, who is so deeply hurt and afraid and that never was able to grow beyond that pain of his abusive father. And there's the Savage Hulk that is the childlike anger breaking out of all that. These are all aspects of him, but they are individual characters. When we talk about the Savage Hulk versus the Child Hulk versus Devil Hulk, these are actual literal different versions of him. And the Immortal Hulk does a really good job of portraying them even within Bruce's mindscape as different characters that interact with each other and that come out and take control at different times as like a defense mechanism.
Yes, definitely. That's what I
That's
enjoy.
what I understand him to be saying there. But the difference being that it isn't, this is another being that's taking over. It is an aspect of him that has been made. That's what he's realizing, that this is part of me. It's not like something has been infected into me. This is part of me that has now taken, we're not having a conversation in deciding together this thing or that thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's a weird, hard, nuanced thing to talk about and to explain.
Well, I think you explained it pretty well there. I just don't think the script explains it very well in the book. That's my only thing, is that like the wording there just seems to lean a little bit in the other direction of what you're saying.
Okay.
Or at least in the other direction of the multiple personas, or the DID thing. Yeah. You know, it's like that doesn't feel like what's portrayed. However,
what the heck?
That's okay. This is a different story. This story even feels like, you know, divorced from the rest of the continuity.
Yeah.
And they almost like play that up, like when they at one point the Hulk runs into Iron Man.
Or that was really interesting to me.
Yeah, I guess more specifically, the military sends Iron Man after the Hulk one night.
Yeah,
and this is like early Iron Man. I don't know which Mark armor.
It's the first one.
Is
the
it
gold
Mark
suit
1?
is the first one.
Yeah, and he looks great.
Yeah,
and there's this killer. Is it the cover where
Hulk
he's
is like
drawn
yelling, screaming in the reflection?
It's so cool. Hope
it's
you'll
very
pull
good.
that up here.
Marshall, insert page.
Wow, it looks great.
It does look great.
And that's, like it's a great issue, but in the narration, Leonard he says something about like, I've read about all your battles. And
all of these things are declassified. I've read the files.
Yeah, and the Hulk did not meet Iron Man until they formed the Avengers together, essentially. And the Hulk was green.
Yeah.
And it's kind of poo-pooed. It's just like, Leonard, shut up and listen.
Yeah, it's like, listen. Well, it's interesting because Loeb and Sale have played kind of fast and loose with the continuity in these first two books. And people were frustrated by that. They didn't like that. So I feel like this is like there's a couple points in this book where I feel like Loeb is talking directly to the reader. Yeah. Where at the beginning of that's one of them. And then the other one is at the beginning of the book, they're trying to figure out what, why he's there and what he wants to talk about, why Bruce has called Leonard in the middle of the night. Leonard suggests talking about Bruce's father, and Bruce remarks that they've done that to death. And I'm like, that is Jeph Loeb.
Yes.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Because that is his relationship with his abusive father is a really important part of the character. So that's funny there. But the whole thing with Iron Man, where he's like, they never met, anything like that. They make a big point of talking about that and pointing that out and creating this narrative reason as to why there would have been a cover up that Stark Industries and the Army both would have wanted to cover that up to like make themselves not look bad, which is so smart.
It's so clever.
It's a great way to throw that in there and never have to have them ever talk about it again.
Yeah.
Like it never has to get brought up because we all understand like, okay, that was embarrassing for Tony. And I love also, this is the era where people didn't know that Tony was Iron Man. Yeah. So they're like, there's a man in there. Who cares about the man in there? Go find Tony Stark.
Have him pull his man out.
Yeah, have Tony Stark get this guy.
Have Tony Stark pull his little man out.
Yeah, his bodyguard, Iron Man.
Show him to us. Yeah. I loved it.
So good.
I thought it was so much fun. Yeah. And it's a great fight. I love watching them do their thing.
Yeah.
It does that. Sale does that thing that you love, where a flying character's bottom half of their body is just a blur.
Well, I liked that in Superman because that's specifically the thing that
Marshall, you like
does.
it all the time. You're always talking about it.
I don't want to see this man's legs.
He's flying.
When I was reading that, I was kind of mixed on it. I was like, does that make sense for Iron Man? Because like his fire comes out of his boots, you know?
Yeah. out of his waist now, I guess. I don't know.
He's out of his butt,
know
dude.
what
He's
it's
shooting the flames out of his booty.
The iron booty, they call
He's
him.
flying around like this.
That's why he didn't give up his secret identity at this point. He's like,
It'd be really embarrassing.
yeah, he's like, I can't let everybody know that I'm the one with flames shooting out of my butt.
Until I figure out the squatting problem.
How'd you solve the squatting problem?
It's very good.
Good joke, Michael.
Oh boy, Tim Sale's really good in this one. This is weirdly kind of a mixture between the style of Daredevil Yellow and Spider-Man Blue.
Yes.
Where like most of the book is drawn in kind of a more Spider-Man Blue style, but Hulk is always in this gray ink wash.
Yeah.
And it makes him feel very other and very separate and like he doesn't quite belong.
Yeah.
And it's such a clever thing. And but he doesn't like it works in a way to separate him out from the other characters, but it never makes him feel out of place.
Yeah.
In a way that would be jarring as a reader.
Totally.
You know, like it itches my brain in a way that it tells a story. It doesn't take me out of the story. Yeah. Which is a very delicate balance.
Absolutely.
If he was really bright,
that
would make a difference probably. If it was the green, that would make a difference.
Yeah. Especially the green the green they use at the end is harsh.
Yeah.
I don't really like looking at him on those last pages.
Yeah.
Doesn't look great.
But I think that's supposed to be like, it's supposed to be shocking and blast you.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, which it does. But I look at it and I go like, man, if they did a whole like Green Hulk series, I would not want to see Tim Sale do it. I'm sorry, Tim.
I don't think that they would use that bright of a
I hope not.
color for the whole thing.
One thing about Tim Sale though, if he's going to draw a character that's supposed to be canonically like ugly, he's going to mess their teeth up. Like he messed the Hulk's teeth up. His teeth look rough.
Good.
Red Hulk in Cap White that we're going to talk about next week.
Red Hulk?
Red Skull. Sorry. Sorry, that's on me. Red Skull. My apologies.
What?
Janked up teeth.
Well,
and so on
that's
and so
because he's a
forth.
skeleton man.
Oh, I should have thought about him as a skeleton man.
It's because he's a skeleton
man. I was thinking
man.
he was a skeleton Nazi.
Yeah, no. Well, that too.
Yeah,
but he's a
like in Call of
skeleton
Duty.
man.
Yes, janked up teeth. Tim Sale loves drawing them. That's my only point. It's like Liefeld's feet.
Opposite. I think it's the other way around.
Oh, really?
He doesn't like to draw those. That's the famous funny thing.
Maybe he's just
because he's bad at feet.
maybe
He
Sale
refuses
is
to draw
secretly
them.
bad at teeth.
So he makes them bad, so he doesn't have to make them good.
Exactly.
We've solved it, Michael.
I think we've gotten there.
Well, Matt Hollingsworth's colors are a welcome return. I didn't dislike the colors in Spider-Man Blue, but I really like the way that Hollingsworth does what he does.
Yeah.
What else? The panel layouts feel kind of like claustrophobic sometimes. Like they do a really good job of emphasizing the size of the Hulk in the panel and the size of the things. And they do a really good job of contrasting that with Bruce as well, who is like very lanky and skinny in this, where like he doesn't always drawn that way in the comics necessarily. Even if you read the original run, he's not like deeply skinny. He just kind of looks like a regular guy.
Totally.
But in this, he's like super, super skinny.
Yeah.
He's the opposite as far as possible from the Hulk.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
What else do I have here?
Feels like they're employing something that you and I have talked about a lot recently as we've worked on our own project about like it's fun to tell a story visually of a person who doesn't fit in by making them physically unable to fit in.
Yeah, make them literally not fit in the frame, or make them literally different from the way that everything else looks, the way that they're doing ink washes on Hulk and not everybody else, that kind of thing.
Yep, exactly. Yeah,
I like that.
Fun. I like how they do the obsession of Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah.
Because like I think because
no
of
shades
his
of gray now he feels.
Correct. I think because of his status, there's like a temptation to see the character as like he must know what he's doing. Military guy, general even, you know.
He makes a point of reinforcing like,
yes,
I got these stars here, son.
Yeah, it's a whole thing that, you know, he's talking to this child.
Yeah, he's high on his own authority.
Yes, he is. Yeah. And at some point, you know, and he goes to such great lengths. And I think his arc comes to a climax when he's telling his men to fire on the Hulk while the Hulk is holding him. and the men are like, the soldiers are like, but sir, you're in harm's way. He goes, I don't care if I'm in harm's way. I told you to fire.
Yeah.
And then Betty says, Dad, you understand you're going to be killed and I might too. And he's like, I don't care. How dare you interfere, daughter? Like his only thing he cares about is taking out the Hulk, even though he knows he can't. It's like he understands the futility, but he would rather be killed trying to get the job done.
Yeah, he's Captain Ahab.
Yeah. And that's when it becomes really clear. And Leonard says as much in the narration that like, oh, he's just psychotic.
Yeah.
Like he's an actual psychopath. So it's like, so which kind of in some ways vindicates Bruce's hatred of him, you know. But I think even more so kind of gives him the closure of understanding like, no, like Ross wasn't telling the truth about you being a monster and yada yada. Like it's like he's not a trustworthy voice to listen to, which is an important part of how the narrative kind of cycles through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean throughout the whole thing, Bruce is like so. The whole book kind of plays like we didn't read a previous issue to me.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I need the context of why did Bruce call, like it feels like something specific triggered Bruce to call Leonard and we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Because he is really upset at the Hulk and he's constantly biting back at Leonard anytime he pushes in any particular direction or is implying that maybe he should be sympathetic. But I don't know. Now I'm saying it out loud. I feel like that maybe like we don't necessarily, it would be nice to maybe have a little bit of context of why is he in this really intense position right now.
Yeah.
But regardless of that, it's really showing that he has this really intense black and white thinking and that there are no shades of gray in his mind. And Leonard is trying to introduce that to him.
Yeah.
And even when he says anything to say like, well, you know, when the Hulk accidentally smacks Betty, Leonard tries to explain that away and say, well, like he didn't know, it was an accident. He doesn't know his own strength. He accidentally killed the bunny and stuff. He literally was just born. He doesn't know how strong he is, anything like that. And Bruce is adamant of like, no, do not apologize for the Hulk. Like you do not, like
he really gets after him for this.
Like, he's really mad.
Yes.
And he says, you know, Hulk has done more. I can't remember what he says. If he says that Hulk has hurt more people than Thunderbolt Ross ever has, or something like that. The other way, or it might be the way around. I don't know.
Something like that. Yeah.
But he's got so much frustration and anger that he just doesn't know how to deal with. He really does not come to terms at the end of this with any of these events. And I don't know in the comics how or why Betty died. But we seem to understand in this that Betty is gone.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know if he says dead ever. Says gone.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that I think that she's not alive.
I think that's correct too. Yeah.
But I don't remember that being a specific plot point.
Yeah.
That I'm aware of.
But there's an understanding that she's one way or another, like no longer accessible for Bruce in any way. Yeah. Yeah.
He's got anger issues. He's got problems.
Yes.
And that comes out of his traumatic past. And the Hulk, again, is like a literal manifestation of that. And he does not solve it in this. Yeah. Like he cannot comprehend a world that is black, that is shades of gray, seemingly. Like that modern day segment is his perspective. Yeah. Is the way I'm seeing that.
Totally. Yeah.
Is that Leonard is trying really hard to bring him down and say, maybe it was this, but he refuses. Yeah. And it's just that like the world has beat him up and hurt him and attacked him so much. Even if you look at the Hulk, this literal shades of gray character who was just born yesterday, doesn't know what's going on, doesn't know who he is. Yeah. Immediately the world hates him. They're all attacking him. So he doesn't know anything but that.
Yeah. Even Betty, who's the only person he knows.
Yeah.
Hates him. Doesn't want to see him. Calls him a monster.
And he can't explain. He doesn't have the Hulk, doesn't have the words to explain. Yeah. Just like Bruce doesn't have the words to explain or to understand.
Totally.
That. I mean, that's the thing. Like he can talk all day about like, this is what I was thinking, and this is what I was feeling, and this is what I was going through, and this is what happened. But he doesn't know how to actually process those things and actually like understand those things and feel those things. And that's what the Hulk is the Hulk is that part of him that literally just doesn't know what to do about it.
Totally.
And he's trying, but is like, everything I'm trying doesn't help and doesn't work and just makes people hate me more.
Yeah.
And what is the answer?
That's why this frame narrative is so interesting, because Leonard's in some ways not just trying to heal Bruce, but trying to heal the Hulk.
Yeah.
Like being those parts of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Funny part that I remember. After there's one, this is not the funny part.
Okay.
At one point, the Hulk is in the desert or in like up on a mountaintop or something. He meets a bunny. No, we haven't gotten there yet.
Oh,
I'll let you know.
Okay.
Up on a mountaintop or something, meets a bunny, decides no, we're not there. Decides the bunny's going to be his friend, kills the bunny by accident. No, that's the decidedly not funny part.
Crap.
And then the narration in that moment, Bruce says, like, this was the first time that the Hulk what does he say? He says something about like the Hulk knew that this was the first time he had killed anything. And I read that and I went back a few pages. To when the army was first like engaging him. Yeah. Hulk grabs one soldier and just launches him into the sky.
Yeah, but you didn't see the trampoline that he landed on.
I forgot. You're right.
The army was doing trampoline training that day.
It set up the trampoline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was actually on a bungee wire.
Bouncy house training that day.
Yeah. It's like those weird like gym classes for middle-aged women who just like to jump around.
Oh, jazzercise.
Yeah.
It was jazzercise day for the army.
Yeah. It's good.
So right. I should have known.
Yeah. So he's fine.
Totally killed that guy. There it is, Marshall. You got there.
It was so funny. That was so funny, Michael.
I liked that. I liked
Everybody loves it.
Everyone likes a little bit of dissonance in the narrative.
Cognitively.
Truly.
Yeah.
Love it. What else you got? What else you want to talk about? What else you like? What else you dislike? He's not in this. In fact, there are not many characters in this by comparison to the other color books. You really just get
like anthology. In this
you get Bruce, Hulk, Ross, Betty, Rick,
Monica. Yeah, Joey,
Lewinsky. Leonard.
Yeah,
6 characters. That's crazy.
6 characters.
That's a tiny baby amount, but that feels like 2000 Ang Lee Hulk. 2000. What did I just say? But that feels like 2003 Ang Lee Hulk as well.
Feels like 2000 Ang Lee Hulk. You know what that feels like? 2000 Ang Lee Hulk.
Is that 2003? I think that's right.
I don't know.
Do you remember this movie with Nick Nolte?
Yeah, he's Bruce's abusive dad or
Bruce's
something.
Dad, but he's also the absorbing man somehow.
Oh yeah.
It's a weird movie, but it feels like this in that it's like a small cast of characters out in the desert, just like having a weirdly contained story.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like it. I like it.
I think that's what I have to say about this comic book. I think I'm empty.
You're emptied out. You're tapped.
Yeah, I've emptied myself out for you viewers.
Spicy.
Thank you all for being here.
What else?
If this and that?
Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
Well, there's a few things that I would read. A book that does a really, really good job of digging into all of the psychology of Hulk is The Immortal Hulk. It's really, really, really good. Written by Al Ewing and drawn by guy who's Joe Bennett, who, you know, like we've mentioned previously, maybe not a great guy, had put like Nazi symbolism hidden sort of in the background of some of the work and stuff like that. Just not good. The artwork is very, very good, but that part of it, very, very bad. That has since been reprinted. So if you go and buy like the omnibus or something now, I don't think it would be in there. But the book is really good, and it does a really good job of digging into the psychology of Hulk. It's really like a cosmic horror. Yeah. So it does a lot of the things that I really dig on specifically, and it does them really well. Yeah. The other Hulk stuff that I would say, I mean, like, you know, there's Planet Hulk and World War Hulk, and those are very popular, but they don't really live in this world necessarily. Yeah. The other Hulk thing that I would maybe say is check out Peter David's run. It's one of the longest running Hulk runs.
Sweet.
It's kind of like the Walt Simonson Thor of Hulk. This is like the definitive kind of old Hulk, basically. It's like the classic. So that's pretty good. That's what I say about that, Michael. Thanks everybody for being here. This is the Comic Book Show. Next week we're talking about Captain America White. It's a pretty good comic book. It's the final book of the Colors quadrilogy. And then after that will be a video from Marshall. I was standing right here. Here's a short clip of that.
The most important thing is just that you do it. So if you have an idea, if you have a character that you want to put out there, if you want to make a mini comic about a Marvel character, a DC character, whatever, make it, put it out there, just do it. The important thing is that you get creative and that you get your creative work out.
That was crazy. I
You're
was
right here.
Yep, I was right here wearing that suit, slowly going insane.
Good.
And having major, there was about 10 minutes of footage that's just me standing here thinking, do I have anything interesting or unique to say? Is this all pointless?
Yes.
What should I just go home?
Yeah.
Does this suck?
Yeah.
Thanks. That's really encouraging, Michael.
I haven't seen it. Send it to me and then I'll tell you those things definitively.
Do you want to see the picture of me just having deep imposter syndrome?
No, not
that I
really.
sent to my buddies. Oh man,
not real
I was
imposter
depressed.
syndrome.
Look at my face.
Oh, Marshall. Why do you look so bummed?
Well, because I was like, I was trying to take the PowerPoint that I did with the high school kids and adapt it into this thing. And I was like, it wouldn't show me my notes on my phone. It showed me the slides, but not my notes. So I was trying to start doing it. I was like, I can't remember exactly what I said. And it was better with better energy because I had an audience when I did it. It's like, I don't know.
Why did you call me dingus? I would have talked you out of this hole.
I don't know. I was sitting there. It was last Thursday. I just came up here and shot it in the space of like 40 minutes before there was an event happening downstairs. It was a whole thing. I think it turned out okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
I just need to actually edit it.
Sorry for giving you crap. I'm sure it turned out great.
It's okay, pal. But yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for checking out the show. After all that, there's going to be an episode on Wolverine and stuff like that. It's going to be great. Snicked Captain America next time. Thanks for being here. We really appreciate it. We love you. I can say it too, Michael. Thanks everyone for being here.
You don't love them the way I do.
That's true.
Keep reading comics. Love you.
Good luck.